think it's live. Says we are. Let's check.
Yes, we are live. I don't think anybody's here yet, though, because I think it just went up.
Yeah, I think we have to give it a minute. Okay. Hi.
All right, I'm gonna get it up on my laptop. Is there anybody even here, Marcella?
Yeah, a couple people are saying hi.
Oh, okay. Okay, people are coming. Okay.
Hey guys.
Hi, you guys. Sorry that we're late.
Yeah, we're a little bit late tonight.
My cousins randomly, spontaneously FaceTimed us with my baby cousin. So my family was talking to him, and the time got away from us. Ben Solo, may the force be with you. Ben Solo, may the force be with you too, man. Listen, I've been in like a Raylo. I've been very upset about Ben Solo recently. I started reading and rereading some of my favorite Raylo fanfics, and so when I see Ben Solo, I'm triggered right now. I finished the book on Tuesday. I've been trying really hard not to start the next one. Oh my gosh. I'm excited for Battle of the Labyrinth because I feel like Titan's Curse for us was like a struggle to get through, you guys.
Yeah, so
I don't know what it is.
This is our least favorite one out of all like the PJO books. And I feel like, I don't know, I did not enjoy this one as much as I thought I would.
I think that I liked it better this time around, I will say, than the first time.
I don't really remember reading it the first time around, so I feel like I can't really compare it to that. I like the ending of the book like better, like the beginning. I would say like the second half was better, I think, for me.
Too, yeah.
But yeah, this one I did struggle with a little bit. It wasn't as like fast, like it wasn't like as addicting to me as the other books. Like the next one I know I'm gonna read a lot quicker.
I think I don't know what it was, but because like things were happening. It's action packed, like it's fast paced, moving. But yeah, I was
definitely not boring.
No, but I was still able to put this one down when I was reading The Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters. I didn't want to put it down. So this one was, I don't know. And you know what's funny is my dad was reading the Percy Jackson series too, and he actually only read the first two because he stopped reading after Titan's Curse. This one, you know what it is in this one? It reminds me a lot of like I think I said this to you, Marcel. It reminds me of a little bit of like the Order of the Phoenix feel. Like it's like, I don't know, like it's just kind of moody, kind of sad. Like I felt bad in the beginning. Percy wasn't allowed on the quest.
Yeah, and I feel like not having Annabeth in this book, like that's another like big reason why I think this one's not my favorite. Is I feel like I really miss Annabeth in this book.
I know. I mean, it has its great moments. Like there's some great scenes in this one that we're gonna get through. But I think as a whole, like I enjoy this. I like it. I don't like love it. Like there are things that I love about it, but as a whole, as a book, I just like it. Like it was just like good to me, you know? Like it was good, but it wasn't great. Yeah, I think I definitely. Yeah, I like this one more this time. I didn't like it the first time. I thought it was slow and Percy was going through the angsty feels, but this time I didn't feel that way. Yeah, see, I think I liked it more than I did the first time I read it too. but I don't know. This book was, I don't know. I guess because I was missing Annabeth maybe, and I didn't immediately I was so excited to see Thalia, you guys, because then at the end, like, I remember why I loved her and stuff. But in the beginning, I forgot how nasty Thalia was.
Yeah, in the beginning, I feel like because
oh, hi, April.
oh hey. I feel like we have a lot of competition with her and Percy in like the beginning of the book. So they definitely clash a lot, and I feel like she's very moody like that. So yeah, she's not exactly likable in the beginning, but I think like as it goes, she definitely starts to get better. Like
She
towards
did.
the end, I like you said, I remember like, okay, like this is Thalia now. Like I remember this was her. So yeah.
Logan, I'm
live right now too, but just stopping by to say hi, and I love you both. See you tomorrow on the best weekly live streams on YouTube. Much love. Oh yay, we're so excited.
We're so excited for tomorrow to hang out with you guys and talk all about the 100. Yeah, the second half definitely picks up the pace. Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that. The second half picks up the pace, and even the sad scenes are worth it. I think so too. I think the second half, like, there's like a shift. Like, once we really get the quest going and we get moving, it gets a lot better. Like, I really enjoyed the second half. Like, I love certain moments, especially like the ending of this book. I think is fantastic. Like, I actually think that the ending of this book, particularly the one chapter with the whole Atlas holding the earth thing, I think that chapter is like is better ending than the Sea of Monsters ending.
Yeah, I agree. I think that once we get there, like from that point to the end of the book, it's like that was like my favorite part of the book. Was that part and like on. I will say though, the beginning of the book, we get that scene with Percy and Annabeth when they're dancing. I love that. That's one of my favorites with them.
Yeah, and it's so awkward and cute, and
it's so cute because they're at that age where it's like weird.
Wendy, Logan sent us all over. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that like in this one, I felt like this was the book where Percy really starts to have feelings for Annabeth. Like, I think he always did, but I think the fear of losing her really got to him in this one, and I think that his feelings were realized. Like, I think he knows he has a really big crush on her right now.
Yeah, I think that this one was definitely made him realize that, especially not having her. And I think that we get those little hints of jealousy as well when Annabeth talks about Luke. When like she mentions Luke to Percy, and Percy's kind of like, you could tell that it bothers him.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of moments and there's a lot of lines in there that say like how jealous he is about the whole Luke thing and how angry he is that she's so like upset. What is
Happy? Hi, Happy.
He wants attention. What? Is that right? I don't know why she's a freak. What?
She's gonna set Simba off. Simba's just looking at me like, what was that?
What's the matter with you? I know. I know. She might have to go OUT.
Okay. Simba, stay. Simba's gonna like jump on me right now.
There's people here, Happy. Excuse yourself. Yeah, but okay, I'm going through my book right now, and the scene like right in the beginning, like I tabbed that page, but I love that when she's like, Thalia's like, dance, you guys, you look stupid just standing there, and Annabeth is like, well, who should I ask? She punched me in the gut. Me, seaweed brain. I loved that. I thought that was so funny. And
yeah, that was cute.
He's such a boy. Like he's so I don't know, like that was such a like obviously ask Annabeth, and she's just like standing there waiting. And it just reminded me of, I feel like we've all been there where like you're at that like 8th grade dance or even like a high school dance, and you're waiting for the boy to ask you to dance and then they don't. Like, it just had that angsty tone to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. It's also a shift in tone about getting a lot darker scenes and a lot more real feelings of love, loss, and sacrifice. Absolutely. This was, yeah.
Well, we also get that's like a little bit later on, like in between the quests, but we get that scene where Percy meets Aphrodite. Is it Aphrodite or Aphrodite?
Oh my God, I think so much.
So they
I
they
think it's
have that
Aphrodite.
conversation, and she's just like talking to Percy about Annabeth.
I know. And
Percy's getting like all like red.
yeah, it was so cute. I love that scene. I thought that was really great. Like,
Mhm.
that was just really cute. But like, even like when they were at the dance, like he didn't know like where to put his hands around her, and she's taller than him, and it was just
Yeah, I know.
oh, like you're in that awkward middle school like stage in your life, and oh my gosh, it was cute. And then we have like right away in the beginning when we're at the school dance, we have the demon fight with the principal, like Dr. Thorne is there, and there's like it's Aphrodite. Okay, that's I guess how you say, I say Aphrodite. I don't know.
I didn't know which one it was.
Yeah, the demon fight, and then that's when
Percy tries to go after him like on his own, and that's like where you see like that clash where like Percy didn't wait to like for Thalia to tell him because she's older. So I feel like she kind of stepped in as like the person that like they're supposed to look to for like what they're supposed to do, and Percy doesn't. Like Percy does his own thing, like he's a leader. So I feel like when you have both of them and they're both leaders like that, that's what happens. Like they just clash.
yes, exactly. There was a lot of differences in there, and I think that if you remember, like in the last book, they said that it was between. I don't remember. It was like, oh, she's either going to be your best friend or your worst enemy. And
It was Annabeth. Yeah, she was the one who said that to him. She said that he's so much like they're very similar. That's why.
They're very like leader. They both have leader qualities, and they don't know how to kind of relinquish that. And yeah, it was really interesting to see them kind of straddle that middle line of like a friendship and like a hatred too. Like they like each other and like they're friends, but there's a little jealousy, competitiveness there. And yeah, I thought that whole relationship in the book was really interesting. And I think that's why in the beginning, I was very surprised how much I didn't like Thalia in the beginning. And then I liked her at the end. Like the second half, I liked her. Second half of this book was like a different book to me. The beginning of this book was harder for me to get through, and then the second half flew. Like I don't know, I just think
right away when we go on the quest, or even before that, we meet new characters. We have Nico and Bianca that come in, which Nico's not in this one as much, but I still love like the little mentions of how excited he is to like be a half-blood.
Yeah, oh my god,
so like everything is so exciting to him, and I love that.
Yeah, so sweet. Like I loved how he has his like mytho magic. Like he has all these
yes.
and he's so excited. He knows so much about Greek mythology already, and he's like, oh my god, there's this and this and this, and he's just has this innocence to him. And I think like from the Nico that we know like now in like the series as a whole, like after reading like the Heroes of Olympus and all of that, I was so surprised to go back to the beginning of Nico's character.
Nico's very different because he gets a lot darker. Nico gets darker.
Oh yeah, I mean we see it at the end of the book, but I forgot how innocent and happy and childlike he was. And yeah, his whole arc, oh my god,
losing his sister really pushes him,
yeah. And yeah, because like when I think of Nico, like I think of him having that darkness, that angsty, but like obviously he overcomes it, like, but it takes a long time for him to get there, and he's different still, and he's older and more mature from what we know of Nico now. So it was interesting to see him be a kid and be just so happy about life and everything like that. I thought it was really, it's like it was really, I don't know, it was different to read. It was different to read him and Bianca and to see where it all began. Yeah, and I really liked, I did like the Hunters of Artemis, like towards the second half. Like I think like
Yeah, the beginning I didn't like them. They were very I don't know, like
I know they're all like anti-boy, and like I like the feminism in it. It's like I feel like I didn't realize what a huge, like how big feminism is in this book, and like obviously like we love that part of it, and I think that's
I
why
feel like they were very moody though.
they were so angry.
Yeah, they were a little too moody in the beginning. They weren't very likable. They definitely get better towards the end. We have that whole like rivalry with Zoe and Thalia.
Yeah, and what I think one of the reasons why I didn't like them in the beginning was because I didn't like what Bianca did to Nico. Like I forgot how messed up that is. She just joins like immediately and like leaves her brother.
I
And
think that she sees it as a way out of like that responsibility of taking care of him because she they didn't have a very good life growing up. She basically looked out for him. So I think that she just wanted like her own life and she saw that as like a way of getting it, I guess. But
yeah.
it is sad for Nico, yeah. Nico has a sad story.
Yeah, I've forgotten that, and I think that's why I was like, "Why are you joining him?" Like, think of poor Nico. I just like because we know Nico so well from like the other books and stuff that I just like was so attached to him that I'm like, "Why are you doing this to him?"
Mm-hmm.
But I think as for independence, like you can't blame her because I think her story was really interesting and how it's really just been the two of them forever,
Yeah.
and I think that she does have that parent-like feel towards him, and it's not something that she chose. It's something that she was just brought in to have. So yeah, I definitely think that. And even Zoe, I didn't like her in the beginning either. I thought she was kind of bitchy. Everyone's just angsty in this book. Everybody's just angsty.
Yeah, this book is a lot of angst. It's definitely not as light as the first two, for sure.
Yeah. Because we're in that stage where we're in middle school and we hate the world.
And everything does get more serious after like this one.
Oh, I think this is probably
Especially because we have that looming prophecy of obviously at the end of this one with Thalia, like the prophecy is not about her because she ends up joining the hunt and all of that. So we know it's about Percy, and it's kind of like, oh, 2 years, but we know in those 2 years, like it's gonna happen.
Yes, yeah. But I really liked Zoe's progression, like when they were on the quest, like, and I loved her story arc. Now, like as a whole, like it's interesting some of these characters, like you don't like them initially when they come on the page, but then you just grow to like them. And I was so upset about Zoe's death in this book. Like it got me. Like I like was so emotional reading that, and I was like, oh my god, I remember how upset I was about this the first time reading it. And then reading it again, it was still just as sad and just as powerful.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her character development. I really did, and I felt for her so much towards the end when she had to face her father, and I loved the story. Like once we really learned about her, like I really liked the backstory with Hercules. I thought that was really really cool. Yes, the way the hunters kept treating Percy as if he was another one of the heroes they'd met had made me so exactly like the way that they were treating Percy was just making me sad and not like them in the beginning. That's what was going.
Also, Thalia, Zoe, and Percy gaining an understanding of each other, respecting, accepting, and admiring who the others are is such a great story arc towards the end of the book. Yeah, definitely.
Like yeah, towards the end it's like okay, like you get where they were
yeah, I agree, Bizbeth. The hunters are so cool, but I didn't like how they try to swoop in and recruit girls and act superior to everyone else. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Like I liked the concept of them, but I didn't like the way they went about it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they do get better though. Like the development is really really wonderful in this book for sure.
It is. That's why I enjoyed the ending of this a lot.
Yeah, I think the ending of this book was definitely one of the best endings in like the PJO series, but as a whole, I think that it was the least enjoyable book.
Oh, I loved
Jacqueline? I think her Wi-Fi is out. The way the hunters I really like that Thalia joins the hunters. Yeah, definitely. I feel like that also shows how far she came because she was so against them in the beginning. So to get to that point where it was more important for her to like do that and stop the prophecy from coming true, basically, because the next day she was going to turn 16. So I think she knew deep down that's where like her story was going, where she needed what she needed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zoe's death was sad on its own, as were Bianca's was sad, but is more about Percy's guilt and Nico's story in the future. Yeah, I think that's where we were at for with all that. Like I think the overarching like story, like what it does and how it progresses our main characters was a huge part of having them there in a way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I love this thread though, this constant thing of how Annabeth in her backpack, she was carrying a form for the Hunters of Artemis, like about joining them. And Percy is just like not taking this news well. He's like, what do you mean she wants to do that? And he's just kind of like trying to avoid it. And then it comes to light when he thinks that she's going to get chosen to be in the Hunters of Artemis. And she's like, I can't live with it if you like, oh my God, I love that scene so much.
Yeah, I love that too.
I love that.
That definitely puts a lot more pressure on Percy, like throughout the book of him like thinking that he's gonna lose Annabeth. And yeah, there's Percival thanks in this book.
Yeah, there's a lot of little hints and stuff. And yeah, I thought that
it made me mad though, because I feel like in the beginning when Annabeth initially goes missing, the only one who really cared was Percy.
I know.
Like I feel like everybody else wanted to get her back too, but I feel like Percy was very like vocal about it, and he was just like, I need to get Annabeth back type thing.
Yeah, I think I honestly like in this book, listen, at the end of the book, Percy was ready to tell Annabeth how he felt about her. And then Athena made him like second guess himself and he didn't. But he was going to. Yeah, the angst was there for sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the part when I love when Apollo comes in.
Oh my God, I loved Apollo.
Apollo is so funny.
I loved him. I thought he was hysterical. I thought he was so great. And yeah, I think I remember him being one of my favorite gods in this book, like in the series. Like I loved him so much. He was so hysterical. I had totally forgotten that Artemis's twin brother was Apollo. I had forgotten.
I feel like in general, like rereading these books, I'm like remembering like the mythology that I forgot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like these books, like you don't realize it, but like you learn so much about mythology by just reading them that like you're not even like realizing that you're picking up on like all these little things of like the gods and like who's who and like who's related to who and all of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, because they become characters. That's what's really great about the series as a whole. Like he takes these legends and myths and stuff and makes it characters and makes it a story and makes it real.
I think that's what's great about like teachers and stuff reading these books in classrooms, because it gets kids to like learn these things but in like a fun way too.
Yeah, that's why they're so important. And yeah, Apollo's haikus,
yes. He's so funny.
I also loved like even like the little detail at the very end when Artemis has her chariot and she has the deer and Percy's like, it's like Santa, and she's like, well, where do you think they got the legend from?
Yeah.
Like little things like that I just thought were really cool. And yeah. Um totally off topic, but I remember in I don't remember which book it is, but I remember Leo. Leo in the Heroes of Olympus series, he meets like Echo, and I remember that scene being hilarious. And that's like the one scene that like I remember just sticking.
I remember that too.
Very excited to reread that. Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Right? Like I don't know. Like I remember that. Yeah, I don't know why. That's like probably like the one scene that I really remember, but I don't know.
Was that in Blood of Olympus?
I think it's either in Mark of Athena or in The Lost Hero, maybe.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't remember what book that is in, but I remember that scene too.
But I loved Apollo when he came in like the sun car, and it was like they were driving like everywhere and there were fires everywhere, and that's like right at the beginning of the book. I thought that was really, really cool. Like visually, I think that could be really fun to see on TV, like on screen. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah. I feel like this, like if they end up doing the TV series and it gets to like multiple seasons and we get to Titan's Curse, I feel like this one will be really great with like the character development.
Yes. It's in Mark of Athena. All the ladies love Leo. Yes. Yes, I remember that one very clearly. Yeah, Mark of Athena. Yep. I loved Mark of Athena. That's my favorite of the
I remember getting Mark of Athena and reading it in like a day.
I loved Mark of Athena. It's so good. It's when everything comes together.
I remember calling you at that ending. Because I think you finished it like a little bit before me. And I remember calling you just like crying because of the way that book ends. We won't say it because we don't want to spoil you guys if this is your first time reading it, but
it's a doozy.
Yeah.
I was even triggered like towards the end of the book. They mentioned Gaia, and I was
yes. Oh my gosh, when they mentioned her, I was like
that bitch.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was ironic that Thalia was afraid of heights, even though she's a daughter of Zeus.
Yeah, I thought that was really
that was like a cool thing to throw in there. It was ironic.
Well, actually, one of the things I really enjoyed about Thalia's character, again, this is why the second half of the book I like loved her. I loved her like her struggle with like that darkness inside of her. Like she has this resentment towards Zeus, just like everyone has these resentments toward their godparent. But she almost went with Luke. Like she really almost went with him. I thought like I was surprised at how quickly, like I thought that she just like dismissed him and went against him. I was very surprised reading this again how close she was to going up with Luke and going off with him.
Sorry, say that again. You were saying Thalia going off with Luke?
Yeah. I was saying that I really liked, I thought that I didn't remember her struggling with that the first time.
She hesitated, yeah.
And I really liked that.
I think because that's somebody that Thalia trusted for so long, so it's her instinct to automatically like want to be there for him. So I think that that's where that came from, but she snapped out of it pretty quickly.
She did. I didn't remember that hesitation though, and that's one of the reasons why at the end she does join the Hunters, because I
think she scared herself a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, I think that she was nervous because this is Luke. This is someone who's meant so much to her.
Yeah.
And I think that she was scared that she wasn't gonna have that strength to do what needed to be done. And you know, you can't blame her. Like I'd probably be in the same boat as her. You know, I feel like that's where I really like sympathize with her, and I really liked that we got to see a lot of the evolution of her darkness towards Zeus and her resentment towards him, like towards the end where she's like, yeah, you know, I've come here to pray to him and he doesn't answer. Like she's tried to reach out to her dad, and I liked it at the end when like he did help her at the end, but I thought that whole arc was really interesting because again, you understand like Luke's progression towards like the dark side. Like you understand it because he just wanted to be loved by his dad in the end. Like he just wanted that attention and he never got it. He felt abandoned.
Yeah.
Dark side Thalia would have been cool to see. It would have. You know, I feel like I was getting a lot of like
that definitely would have if he went that route.
Yeah, right? I mean, a lot of people say like Dark Ray would have been cool too. And listen, at the end of The Last Jedi, I would have grabbed Ben Solo's hand and joined him. Like, listen,
I always think that
I would have joined Anakin on the dark side too.
I watch that too. I'm like, why doesn't she just grab his hand?
Like, I want that story. Like, listen, I would have loved Dark Ray too. Like, I want that story of like someone going on the dark side for love and bringing them back to the light side together. Like, listen, where's my story for that?
No. That is true. Thalia has lost so many people in her life to the gods. Her mom, Jason, Luke, herself. In this book, it was Annabeth. I don't blame her. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she went through a lot. And I felt really bad for her in the beginning when she has that moment of how old she is and she doesn't even know because she was a tree. Like, I felt bad for her.
The way you just said that, though, she didn't know because she was a tree.
Was like she lost time because of what happened.
Yeah,
I felt bad for her with that. Like
that is true. You can't blame her for being moody throughout this book because she was literally a tree for so long.
I guess so. You know, I'd probably be really annoyed about all this shit.
Yeah.
That's true. I thought visually, I think it'll be really cool to capture the flag in this book. When Thalia and Percy go like up against each other during Capture the Flag and they fight pretty much and Chiron has to come break it up. Yeah, I thought that was a really, really cool scene. Like she's got like the lightning coming down and Percy's got the water and stuff. You know what it kind of reminded me a little bit of? Like I feel like Rick Riordan was teasing it a little bit. In the Heroes of Olympus, the Jason and Percy thing, the situation there when you have Jason with the lightning and it kind of had that feel towards it actually. Because if you remember,
that's true. I didn't think about that.
I don't want to spoil anything, but in the Heroes of Olympus, there's a character who's very similar competitive wise with Percy. And yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Like Rick kind of like teased it a little bit in this one. Yeah, I thought
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at what your sister just texted in our group chat.
Oh my god, really? Sorry.
Jacqueline's sister just texted us in the group chat saying that Cassie and Colton broke up.
Yeah, from Bachelor. That is so sad. Oh my god.
Hang on.
Wow. We'll see what happens. I feel like they'll get back together, but wow, I'm surprised. I'm like so sad about that. Oh my god.
I think that they just need it seems like it's not like I don't know.
I don't know, maybe they're just kind of taking
I feel like maybe they'll come back to each other type thing though, it seems like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was
right now they're doing what's best for them, but
I'm shocked because they were like in quarantine together and stuff. I'm very
Because
surprised.
it seems like they still are gonna be in each other's lives.
I know, like that's like
I don't think that like how are you I don't know. I feel like they might get back together eventually. If they're gonna stay in each other's lives right now, I don't know.
yeah. We'll see. Anyway,
Guys.
sorry, back to the book.
That was totally off topic.
Nothing. Yeah, right?
Oh yes, I love Blackjack in the book. Yes. I love Blackjack. He's so funny. He's so loyal to Percy.
Okay, other people are upset about Cole and Cassie too.
I'm
I'm just shocked. I feel like they'll get back together though. Yeah, anyway. um I'm looking at some of my my notes. Oh, I thought the dreams that Percy was having in this one were really vivid. Seeing Annabeth with Luke and everything like that. Yeah. And I thought there's like that scene when Annabeth is quickly holding the earth and then she goes to take it from Luke and like save him almost.
Mm-hmm. Annabeth is so strong though. She held that for so long.
Oh my god, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I loved Blackjack. I thought he was great. I loved having him in this. And he's so funny. And I love how he calls Percy boss. Like, I thought that was hysterical.
1 second, I'm gonna open the door for my dog.
Yes, you dream about her. That's so cute. Oh my god. I know. I was like, so like, remember when everybody was taking that quiz to find out what your godparent was, and I got Aphrodite, and it was just funny seeing her interaction with Percy, because like, same. Like, I would be like that too. I'd be like, you dream about her? Like, I thought it was just really funny. Yeah, she is.
Oh yes, hold on. What did you think about Rachel? We see Rachel Elizabeth Dare in this book briefly.
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, we see her more in Battle of the Labyrinth, if I remember correctly. I think she's like with the most of this book, I'm pretty sure. But
We do see her in this because we see that she was able to see the skeletons.
yes, she's able to see through the mist. And then Thalia's like, well, yeah, some people can. And I thought that was really interesting because you have to wonder how these mortals are able, like some of the parents, like Sally, how she was able to see some things too, you know? So I really like that he kind of addressed that some mortals are able to see through the mist. I thought that was really cool.
Well, I feel like Sally was able to see through because like she's aware of that world, so she can like focus in that way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I like Rachel though. Like I was kind of like oh, it's Rachel, but I also was kind of like, oh, we're gonna have some, because when Rachel comes in, it's like, you know, there's gonna be some angst there, and it's like, you know, that's coming, and I'm like, oh my god, like she brings a great angst to the table. But yeah, I liked their meeting in this though. I thought it was really funny how like he like takes the sword and like almost kills her with it, and she's like, what are you doing with that sword? And he's like, who are you?
Yeah, he's like, what? You can see it.
I just thought that was
funny. Aphrodite to Percy is basically me to Bulwark.
Yeah, Percy was like, oh crap, my mom can see through the mist. Yeah, like I thought that was just really funny how we had that moment of like, huh, like makes sense. Yeah, I thought that was good. What pages I pulled it. Oh my god,
it's funny how Bessie the cow, who's like in the beginning of this book, ended up being so important at the end.
Yeah, and Percy thought she was a girl.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Let me go back to my notes. Yeah, I thought Dionysus, that he was married. I forgot he was married. I thought that was I liked getting some of his backstory in this.
I like the part when he helps them.
Yeah, at the end, and he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go out now. And he calls him Percy, and he's like,
yeah, when he says his name.
You said my name. He's like, no, I didn't. No, you didn't, Peter Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time Dionysus comes on the page, I love him. I think he's just so funny. Every time I laugh about him. He's a jerk too, but he's funny.
He's funny though.
Yeah.
I feel like he's more funny to me now than when I first read this too. Yeah,
I think when I read this the first time, I remember I probably didn't like him, but I just think he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And how I love that he even has that moment where he like puts the wine on the table and then he's like, oh, and then he changes it to Coke.
Yeah.
Like little things like that I just thought were really funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that scene when Percy joins their quest and he's on they're at the museum. I thought that was really cool, the museum scene, and I thought it was really funny how it's like it first came, they give him like a tooth or whatever, and it was a kitten and not a real lion yet, and then we got the big lion at the end, which I thought was really cool. I thought that battle scene was cool.
Yeah, I really like the whole part with like the skeletons.
Yeah, I love that. Like it was like this constant threat throughout the book, and even at the end of the book, that we have these skeletons that are coming out and like shooting everybody. I thought that's like really cool. Like visually, I think that could be awesome.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I hope people don't hate her in the show because her character is very cool, and I never actually saw her as a threat to Percival, although Angst, her story is much bigger than that. It is. It really is. Rachel. So I feel like on the TV show, I feel like they're gonna probably up that love triangle a little bit. Like they might, like to bring us some more angst and like a decision. I just hope that they don't. I don't want like, I hope because Rick is involved, her story is gonna be bigger than that, because it is. Percy's just like a little element in there, and it's such a small element in the long run of who she ends up becoming in The Last Olympian. So I feel like Rick knows that, and I think that they'll make sure that she stands on her own and isn't just propped by Percy. Like some shows we didn't know of that like to do that. I think that
I feel like a lot of times shows do that.
Yeah, a lot of shows do that. Yeah. But I personally, I really like Rachel, and I'm really excited to read more of her. I'm really excited to watch her story develop because I really liked her in the last Olympian specifically. I really like her. So I can't wait to see her get to that point. And I can't wait to reread The Last Olympian, you guys. Like I'm so excited to reread that book.
I'm excited to get there too. That's my favorite.
I love that book. So I can't wait to see Rachel's growth in that one. Yeah, I think that she's really cool, and I hope that the TV show, I think with Rick Riordan involved, I think that they'll give her justice, because I think Rick knows that most Percy Jackson fans love Rachel, so I think that he'll make sure that
yeah,
it's good.
I'm really excited to see more of Nico in the next book.
God, me too.
I mean, he's obviously he's going through a lot, but I like missed him in this book because we didn't get much of him.
Yeah, no,
we have that whole part at the end, and how like he blames Percy because he kind of expected Percy to watch out for his sister. And then we find out that he is a son of Hades.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that whole reveal that he was the son of Hades, I thought that was so cool, how he uses his powers, and I love that. I can't wait to see more. He's gonna be super angsty. Like at the end of this, like you just feel so bad for him. Like I just wanted to give him such a big hug when he finds out that his sister died and he starts blaming Percy. It was such a devastating, heartbreaking moment.
I feel like that could be like his power and stuff. I feel like that could be like really cool if we get to that point in the show.
Yes. Yeah. I think that, you know what I was thinking in the show? I feel like when we get it, like for this book, I feel like we could do, like I would like to see more of Annabeth. Like I feel like that they're gonna show us more, and not just through Percy's dreams. Like I feel like they're gonna make that story a little bit bigger of Annabeth being there with Luke and Artemis, and I feel like
I feel like
I would like to see more.
The show has that ability to like everything could be more because it's episodes, and like it could be like you just have more like room to like add things. So I feel like we'll get more like of like storylines within what's going on like over there that we're not seeing because we're following Percy basically this book.
Yeah, I think that we'll get a lot more of that in a TV show with that ability, and maybe even some of Nico at camp. Maybe we'll see some more. I think we'll see more of camp as well. I think that would be really cool. But I do think that Nico, what I think would be so cool is Nico's character. So we find out in this book that Nico and Bianca were at the Lotus Casino and that they were there, and I think it would just be so fun. I think we talked about this when we were going through Lightning Thief. How cool would it be if in the show, if they give us like a flashback of like the Lightning Thief, like season 1, like Percy and Annabeth and Grover, and then we see like Nico and Bianca there, and then that's like, I don't know, I feel like that would be really cool if they kind of do like a little cameo.
I don't know if they'll have them casted by then.
Probably not. They probably won't cast them until the season 3 is confirmed.
But I feel like they could have like some kind of thing where it's like some kind of actors walk by and you know it's them, but like you don't see that it's completely them. So like they could still like if it doesn't have to be the exact actors, like I don't know.
Yeah, like the back of their head, something like that.
Even like if one character is walking by and it's not necessarily them, but you hear them say the words, like he's yelling for Nico or something. I feel like that would be exciting too. Like you don't have to necessarily like see them because I don't know if they'll be casted, but if we can like hear their name somewhere in the background.
Yeah.
Even if like Percy's like, easy way to do it is if like Percy's playing a game or something and he sees that like the top score was somebody named Nico. Yeah. Like something like little like that where I feel like it'll get everybody excited.
I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. I think that I hope that they do that. I think that would be so great. Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite parts of the quest. I'm looking right now at my book, the whole Aphrodite scene. I think it was great. And I caught in the book when Percy pictures Aphrodite, he's like, she looks like Annabeth.
Yes, he sees like a bunch of different, like he's like, oh, it looks like my 5th grade teacher, but like and then he's like, for a second it looked like Annabeth, and it was like
I know. It's like Percy's thinking of Annabeth in that way. And I really love how he's like, there's like the whole thing. He's like, let her stay lost, I say, but a quest for true love. Wait a second. I never said, oh, my dear, you don't need to say it. You do know Annabeth was close to joining the Hunters, don't you? I blushed. I wasn't sure. It's so cute. Like this whole scene. I can't. I leave the details to you, but it's been ages since we've had a good tragic love story. Whoa, first of all, I never said anything about love. And second, what's up with tragic? I loved that. Yeah, it was just so great. But I really like how she said, this was interesting, how she said, that she's gonna throw in, she's not gonna make it easy for them. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make this easy and boring for you. No, I have some wonderful surprises in store. Anguish, indecision, Just you wait. And it's just like, you know that the indecision is like the angsty stuff with Rachel. And yeah, I thought that was really funny. But like in the whole point was they were supposed to overcome all of that and be together. And I just really liked that little Easter egg. I thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aphrodite wrote Mark of Athena confirmed.
Everybody called the boy out on shit. Yeah, exactly. And it was great.
What was your favorite part of the book, guys? Comment what your favorite part was. I'm curious.
Yeah, the whole I thought that was really sad when they get to like this giant place, like the Hoover Dam, when they get there and they're like they start saying all these facts and they're like how and Zoe's like, how do you know that? And they're like architecture. And he's like, I wish she were here. We should go up there for her sake, just to say we've been. And I was just like, that scene, I felt really sad because I was like, I wish Annabeth was with them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have in my notes here. I liked the scene when Apollo was helping them again. How when he was like a homeless guy. I thought that was really funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I like that he helped them a lot throughout this quest. I thought that was really cool because Artemis is his sister, and even though she didn't want his help, I really like that he helped her anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the scene with the pig when they had the boar, I thought that was really cool, and I really liked how they were like riding the pig, and Grover felt the presence of Pan. Do you remember that whole thing with Pan? I think it's revealed in the next book, so I don't want to say anything. But
honestly, no, I don't remember that stuff.
Okay, I won't say it. But the whole thing at the end when it was like, I await you at the end with Pan.
Yeah, I don't really remember
what's gonna happen with that. I was like, oh my God, I remember that stuff. And I was like, oh my God.
That is a good point. I really think it would be cool to see Aphrodite in the TV show played by multiple actresses since her looks change depending on who's looking.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that's gonna be really awesome because they're probably gonna end up casting like multiple people to be her because it's not gonna be one person.
I love that though, because that's what love is. Like love is different to every single person. And I think that would be really cool. And they could get some really good like representation in there. And yeah, I think that'd be cool. But I think that when Percy, like I feel like it would be cool if they did get an actress that looks like Annabeth to play it for Percy. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of like revealing. Like if you read the books and like you know like why she looks like that, I think that would be cool.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The damn snack bar.
Oh my God, I love that scene. I was like, oh.
Iconic.
Yeah.
It's like a classic scene.
That's great.
That's some much needed humor too in this book.
Mm-hmm. The damn snack bar. Yeah, I thought that was really good. I thought that was really funny. That's like iconic.
I kind of agree with that, Bizbeth. All the Pan stuff was kind of annoying to me the first time I ran. I still feel that way a little. It's kind of just like, I don't know. I feel like Grover, that's like all he cares about for a while.
Well, I felt
understandable. It's his dream and all of that, but it is kind of like annoying because it's so mysterious.
Yeah. I think yeah, I remember where we go with that. So like I remember the voice, like what it is and all of that. So I think that stuff is really cool. But I did wish that Grover was a little bit more invested in getting Annabeth back, like especially in the beginning. Like I felt like it was just Percy and I guess Thalia a little bit too. But I just wanted some more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh yes, at the end when Percy said he owed Annabeth the dance and the music sounded like a slow dance, a little sad but a little hopeful too.
Oh my God, yes, I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Also, why does Percy have such bad luck borrowing parents' cars? When Annabeth's dad's car like blows up.
Oh, I love that. I love that we got to
I forgot that too. I forgot that he came into this, and I love how when we see like the stepmom and she mentions that she's heard so much about Percy.
yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. And I thought that seeing what her life was actually like, and I mean, you could see that her dad seems like very distracted, but her stepmom's like seems like a really nice lady, and there was toys.
I feel like they care a lot about Annabeth. Like you could tell that in this
I think
book.
we don't fully understand her in that way because of all like the demigod stuff and being a half blood. But I think that they love her in what the way that they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was wondering how they're gonna cast Bessie in a TV show.
It's not gonna be a real cow.
Well, no, but like I don't know, like I think that'd be cool. Like, visually, like that's gonna be like interesting, like how they decide to do that. I don't know. I thought that's gonna be weird, kind of like you gotta wonder how they're gonna do a lot of the underwater stuff when he's saving her and like she's
I
all
feel like there's a lot that like it's gonna be very visual.
Yeah, like, I think it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, definitely. CGI sea cow. Yeah.
Oh my god, Sally saying that Annabeth would do the same for him. Stop. I know. Like, oh my god. I can't wait to get to the older books. Like, oh my god.
I'm excited to get to the older books too with that.
Wait to get to like Mark of Athena and House of Hades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a favorite. That is a good scene. The whole like the dam stuff, that is a great scene. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought that whole scene I thought was really awesome when all like the skeleton guys are like attacking them, and I really liked how he got a glimpse of Athena in the elevator, and it's like there's always a way for those clever enough to find it, and how he thinks like he tells Thalia, he's like, wait, maybe you should try to pray to your dad now, and then it works, and then the angels come to life, and then like they lift him up.
Oh my gosh, I love that when like it was like the statues, right?
Yeah, I love that. It kind of reminds me of The Last Olympian in a way, but I teases it a little bit. I love that though. I thought it was really cool, and yeah, I like that Percy recognized that was Athena. The amount of times that Percy thinks about Annabeth in this book, though, like even though like Annabeth wasn't really in it, like she's still in it because it's all Percy thinks about basically. And I think that you have to wonder how they're going to do that in the TV show. Like I feel like they're going to have a lot of Percy saying like we have to get to Annabeth, and they're probably gonna escalate his dreams a little bit. Like I feel like if they're going to do the dream stuff in the TV show, they're going to show a lot more of it and more of Percy's like want to get to her, because they're not
I definitely think we'll see more of the dreams. I think that in general we're just going to see a lot more of what's going on with Annabeth. Like it's going to be more of like with Luke, I think as well. Like Luke is probably going to be in the show a lot more than he's in the books.
Yeah. when Sally said that Annabeth would go after him if he was taken, I felt that same. I was triggered when Hera appeared at the end. Oh my god, I know.
Hera is the Jason Rothenberger of the Greek world.
I saw her and I was like a feeling. I was just like, oh, like I just we don't like Hera here, so. Yeah, I feel sick, pissed and sick. Yeah, it's like PTSD, honestly. Like some things, like when I heard Guy, like some things just trigger Heroes of Olympus. They really do.
He also foreshadows, like I feel like things that are gonna happen.
I think we're all gonna be sick to our stomach in Last Olympia when that prophecy gets read.
I am really excited though to read the next one.
Yeah, I'm excited to read the next one.
That one's a little bit bigger too, I think.
Yeah.
Holding my book, it felt a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved that Bessie became so important at the end that it ended up being all about her, because if that cow, the sea cow, ends up dying, then it would bring hell to Olympus. I thought that was a really cool plot twist at the end.
Because it was like an innocent life being taken.
And I love that they didn't at the end, and
I
Percy.
know, because we get that when we have that scene at the end where it's like all of the gods that we get to see, which I think is gonna look so cool. Like on screen if we get to that point where like we get to that scene. I think Jacqueline froze. But that would be really cool. And I do like how they contemplated it too, like with like the cow and all of that and killing it.
Mm-hmm.
But they realized that they would be just as bad as Luke and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have a meltdown when I hear 7 half-bloods answer the call.
Yeah.
I feel like I can like recite that in my head right now.
The amount of times that we've tried to solve that when those
Yeah, I feel like I studied that prophecy.
like, you guys, like, we were in like the Percy Jackson fandom when like the Heroes of Olympus books were coming out. So like we were there trying to dissect line for line to figure out what was gonna happen at the end.
Like we didn't binge read Heroes of Olympus. We had to wait.
Yeah. So yeah, that was I think the last book that we were able to binge was, I think we started reading it after Son of Neptune.
Yeah, I was just about to say that we read the first 2 and then we had to wait, I think, for Mark of Athena, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember getting Mark of Athena. Didn't we go to the did we go to the book signing for Mark of Athena?
We went to the book signing for
Yeah. For House of Hades, not Mark. I remember getting Mark of Athena in the mail though. It might be signed.
Yeah, maybe.
For some reason I remember getting that book and it was like signed or something.
Maybe. But yeah, that was a time, that prophecy.
I don't know which one's my favorite out of that series. Either Mark of Athena or House of Hades.
Mark of Athena, I think, was my favorite, but I feel like
I have to go back though. I feel like I'll be able to tell once I reread. I know that those 2 came pretty close. I know Blood of Olympus is not that's probably like one of my least favorites.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm excited to get to those eventually.
Their arms to the doors of death. Like I literally just like,
oh my gosh, you have foes bear arms to the doors of death.
like, triggered from that yeah.
I think we went through everything.
I'm going through my book and I just love Mr. D's dialogue. Hello, I amended. We're about to die. Where's Chiron? Mr. D considered that. About to die. How exciting. I'm afraid Chiron isn't here. Would you like me to take a message? I think he's just so funny. I like crack
I'm
him.
excited for them to cast him. I
crack him every time he comes on screen.
Yeah.
So funny. You could ask for help. You could say, please. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go have some pizza. Bye. Like, I just think it was great. I liked having the backstory of Riptide. I thought that was really cool, and who Riptide kind of belonged to, and hearing like it was a cursed blade and all of that. And I thought that was
forgotten about that too, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was really great. I really liked Thalia and Zoe's friendship in this book, actually. I thought that was really well done, and I really liked how they acknowledged that they could have actually been sisters, and in the end, like, Thalia kind of ended up being like her new lieutenant and taking the place of Zoe for her, like taking that role on for Artemis. So I thought that was
there was a lot of development in this book with those two. Like they came a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, and that chapter, honestly, like, I think it was chapter 17. This chapter was so good. Like, the ending of this book is like my favorite out of the 3. Like, I love the ending of this book when Luke is when Thalia sees Luke and they're fighting, and I thought that was just really awesome. And Atlas is there, and the whole like holding up the world, like Artemis. It was just awesome.
Yeah, I definitely think like the ending of this book is really memorable.
Yeah, it's so good. I loved how Percy goes after Atlas. He's like, "Yep, I'm the fool. I'm gonna go right after the god."
And he tricked him.
Yeah, I thought that whole thing was just so good. Oh my god! But this whole scene, like, I loved it with Thalia and Luke. And she's like, "Luke, what happened to you?" And like that reunion. Oh my god. And she was gonna do it. She was gonna join him. She really, really was, man. She was gonna go. And I just like I felt so bad for her at that moment. And then I love that scene. Like I looked at Thalia and Zoe and I decided it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to die fighting with friends like this. Now I said together we charged. I love that. And they all like kind of have this moment, and Thalia has this fear again of crime. Like she has like it's going down her face because it's happening again. Like she's cornered with a bunch of friends that she loves, and she thinks she's gonna die. Like I love that parallel almost. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when Percy goes up the friggin' sky and he and Annabeth have the matching gray streaks. I hope they put that into the show if we make it to this book.
Have to. That's such a huge thing. Oh my god, I love that. The sky, give it to me. And how he ends up taking the sky, and oh my god, I love that so much. I think that was so cool. And I think visually that could be really cool if they like the way that they're gonna like if they show that could be really cool. Yeah, I love that. I thought that was really cool. And I thought it was really sad how the whole time Zoe was actually poisoned from the dragon because they had to fight a dragon to go in there. I thought that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about the big dragon part. I feel like there's so much action in this book.
This book was very action packed. It really
was.
Yeah, when he said I could do this, made me soft. Yes. Harris scares me more than Kronos. Like honestly, like same.
Yeah.
Yeah, her death was so heartbreaking. Like honestly, when she's like lived forever in the stars and she ends up making
my gosh, with the stars, I know.
I was so upset. Like I got really emotional reading that. Like that whole thing was just really well done.
Yeah, the ending of the whole like ending of this book is definitely awesome.
Really, really was. Yeah. Yeah, I love that Dr. Chase, Annabeth's dad, like comes in with, and he ends up like he had like the steel that they needed, and I thought that was really great that he came in and like saved them at the end. I thought that was awesome. I really thought that was awesome. I thought that was a really fun twist. And yeah, and I thought that was sweet what he says. He's like, you know, you always have a home with us to Annabeth. Because
I think she ended up going there, right? At the end of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, and she's like, thank you for rescuing me. Hey, no big deal. We're friends. You didn't believe I was dead? Never.
Oh yeah.
Neither's Luke, you know. I mean, he isn't dead. Annabeth, that fall was pretty bad. There's no way he isn't dead. The same I know it the same way you knew it about me. That didn't make me too happy. And
yes. When Percy, like that comparison, Percy was unsettling for Percy.
Yeah, and then like later on again when she brings up like, no, I think we have to get Luke, and he's just so angsty about it, honestly. He has like this jealousy towards it, and oh my god, it's so good. So good.
And they find out that it's true that he actually is still alive.
Absolutely. It's interesting how many themes from this book we see later on a bigger scale. Oh my god, I know. Like a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I can't, like, this whole thing at the end when he thought that Annabeth was gonna join the Hunters. He's like, Percy, you look like you're gonna be sick. And that's how I felt. I wanted to say more. My tongue betrayed me. Oh my gosh, I love that.
All those little moments made me so happy in this book when it was like Percy missing Annabeth.
God, he was like so panicked though. He's like, Annabeth, don't look. I need to tell you something. I couldn't stand it if I don't want you to. It's just so good. And he's just like protesting it like the entire time.
I know.
And then I thought it was really funny how at the end, Thalia hugs Percy and Percy blushes and is like, aren't you not supposed to do that anymore? Yeah, I loved that. I thought that was funny. And I love how she said at the end, I'm proud to be your friend. I thought that was really great. Like I love their progression towards that moment. I thought was really great. Mm-hmm. I liked at the end that Percy kind of got a little moment with his dad. I thought that was really sweet. Oh, we find out Percy's fatal flaw is revealed in this book.
Yes. We find out that his fatal flaw is basically how he'll do anything for his friends. His loyalty to them.
Yep, all the people that he cares about.
I love that line too, where it's like, "Oh, where is it? Hold on." Where is that part? I can't find it. But she basically says like, "Oh, you'd burn down like the world to save your friends," or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, she's talking. Hold on. Yeah, your fatal flaw is personal loyalty, Percy. You do not know when it's time to cut your losses. To save a friend, you would sacrifice the world. And a hero of the prophecy that is a very, very dangerous. Yeah, I love that. How he really would, and we see that obviously later on in the series. But yeah.
Yeah, I like how we found it out here. I didn't remember what book we found that out in.
And how Athena's like, I do not approve of your friendship with my daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this. Oh my god, I like was ready to like throw my book. I just wanted him to tell her, but like she's like, she touched the new streak of gray in my hair that matched hers exactly. Oh my god, because they both have the gray streak. I love that.
From the world.
Yeah, there's a lot I wanted to say to Annabeth, but Athena had taken the confidence out of me. I felt like I've been punched in the gut. I do not approve your friendship with my daughter. So, what did you want to tell me earlier? And he's like, I was thinking we got interrupted at Westover Hall, and I think I owe you a dance.
I love that.
Oh, I love that.
So
and
cute.
All right, seaweed brain. And it's like, I don't know what everyone else heard, but to me it sounded like a slow dance, a little sad and maybe a little hopeful too. I was like, I like that, but I wanted my scene, but you know what? It's fine. We'll get there, and I can't wait to get there. Yeah, right. Don't worry, Athena. They won't just be friends that much longer. Yeah, and then that's basically like the end of the book, actually.
Yep.
We end on our iconic cliffhanger because every Rick Riordan book at this point on, I'm pretty sure.
Other Brick books, this isn't even a cliffhanger.
There's always a cliffhanger. He's like just 3 words.
I feel like this can't even count because there's so much worse cliffhangers to come.
Wait,
no. But yeah, we have the whole thing with I Wait You.
Yes.
Pan, yep. But yeah.
yeah, I think that's it for this one.
That's it for this one. So for Battle Labyrinth, I think
Actually, but yeah, this is a big book. Hold on.
let me grab mine.
My 361 pages actually.
Yeah, so this one's a little bigger. I think we're gonna give it a little bit more time. Just you know, if you read slower, you want to take your time with this one.
One.
It is bigger. So I think what we were gonna do is I guess officially start tomorrow. Even though I'm sure some of you are gonna start like now anyway, but like start I would say like the read along tomorrow, and then probably what day did we say?
I think we were saying Thursday. Again, like trying to do Thursday, not like another Thursday. Let's say.
I would say Thursday, yeah. Cause the Wednesdays for the 100, I know you so, like a lot of you guys watch the 100 too. So Wednesdays is not really good.
Happened with us, we weren't able to do it yesterday. We got live with Lola, Melina, and Logan. Like we were trying to figure out what day we were going live, which we're going live tomorrow to talk about the 100. But like we figured that out like weekly, and like we just got confused with the days of the week and everything. So yeah,
Everybody's schedule is confusing. But I think that for this one, that'll be enough time to start tomorrow, and then like Thursday night do the live chat for Battle Labyrinth. Does that work for you guys, or do you want more time, or? Wait for see if they all like that.
Yeah, see, that was my problem too. Athena had taken the confidence out of me. So you're telling me if they hadn't had that conversation with Percy, maybe Percebeth would have happened sooner. Literally, same. That's what I was pissed about too.
Good with me, that works. Okay, so we'll shoot for Thursday, June 4th to do the next live chat for Battle Labyrinth.
Yeah, I'm trying to think though, because like I just made the schedule now on my phone, like the dates and stuff. Whoa, for like the actual read along, like for like I know like it helps some of you guys like to keep track of like chapters and stuff, like because there's 20 chapters in this one too. We would finish by June 2nd if we do 5 chapters a day.
You have to remember though, these chapters are also longer.
They are longer, so
like the first 5 chapters is going to be the first. So like the first 5 chapters is the first 94 pages.
Yeah, it is longer now. Yeah.
So if we wanted to do 4, if we do 4 chapters, what would it be?
Yeah, no, I like that they waited until they were older too, Lizbeth, because like it was kind of like I liked it because they got to really explore their friendship, but it was just frustrating to see that.
So what we could do is we could do 4 chapters a day, and then we would technically be done Wednesday, but then we could just do the live the next day. That way it gives you a little bit more time Thursday, like before the live chat if you get behind. Does that work?
Yeah, I think that's.
So if we start 4 chapters tomorrow, technically it would be done Wednesday, but we would do it Thursday, the live book talk, and then so if you end up like where you need like another couple hours on Thursday or whatever to finish, if you get behind, then that's a little bit more time.
Yeah. I'm writing it out right now. Hold on. I'm like going over.
I love how you're counting on your fingers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, we're English people. We're not good at math.
I was counting in my head at least.
No, I'm using my fingers. Leave me alone. Yes, I need my finger to count 4 chapters.
Did you write it down? Oh, I think she froze. We'll have to wait for her to come back. So I think that so tomorrow is the 30th, Saturday, so that would be 4 chapters. And the 31st will be another 4. So that's 8 and 12, 16, and then 20. So yeah, we would get done early on Wednesday, but it's nice to have a couple hours in case you
Yeah. So we technically with the
if you're going in and out, Jacqueline, you're gonna have to repeat yourself.
In case maybe on that. Wow, did I just come back?
Yeah, you just came back. You were like really like going glitchy.
Oh, what I was gonna say was technically if you go along with 4 chapters a day, you'll finish on June 3rd. But listen, June 3rd is when the Hunters on. So if you want to just finish it that Thursday, you can, you know? Like it kind of gives you that extra.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It gives you a couple like hours on Thursday before the live if you get behind.
Although this one's a good one. If I remember correctly, like this one is really good. Like I looked at my Goodreads and I'm pretty sure I read this one in like 2 days.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, if you also go ahead, it's fine too.
Yeah, this one is really good from what I remember. But yes, I'm very excited. I cannot wait to get to finish this one so that way we could get to Last Olympian.
Yes. So Jacqueline is going to post the schedule on Twitter.
Yes, and we can't wait to read all of your live tweets. I'm gonna do better this one.
Yes, I'm gonna do better too. I started off strong and then I failed. But I think that this one we'll both try to tweet a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're really excited to read with you guys. And then we will see you back here again on Thursday.
Yeah, so we will see you then.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.